Hi everyone out there, welcome to Lois's Southern Kitchen. Today I am preparing a southern meatloaf. I know we all make meatloaf different, but I am trying some new spices because I love spice and different flavors, and that's how you learn some experimental things, how to with flavors, and so I wanted to tell you this is just something that's going to be great. A lot of times I will use crackers, saltines, or oatmeal. Today I'm using oatmeal. This is what keeps your meatloaf from falling apart, and it's easy to slice. So I am going to get started. I want to thank you in advance for joining me. I am making a southern meatloaf. And it's a little different. I try different flavors and different things together. So I'm going to get started on this. I don't want to hold you up. I have got already about 3 pounds of ground chuck I'm going to be using. And I believe in dicing things up so you don't have a long video that you just got to wait to hear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add the ingredients. Oh, by the way, I have got some other things I've got going on, and I just got to show you this. Who doesn't like black-eyed peas? Some people don't, but this girl's a southern girl, so I'm going to come and get you. Hi, everyone out there. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to take you across the kitchen. I am preparing, I'm going to bring my tripod down just a little bit. I am preparing some old-fashioned food today, some good food, southern food. Right here, I have got some good black-eyed peas. Oh my goodness, you see this? And I took it's a drumstick of a turkey, and it is delicious, a smoked turkey leg, drumstick. See that meat? Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good to go with that meatloaf. And I got some good squash, by the way, cooking. Baby, I'm gonna put you back up because I gotta raise you back up some so you can see me. But anyway, I've got that going on too. And so I'm making a southern meatloaf. And I am gonna be adding some new things. We all like to cook and different things, so we try different things. So I got 3 pounds of ground chuck right here for my meatloaf. And I've already diced up 2 medium onions. Onions make things have flavor. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And I love a little zest, a little bit of spice to my stuff. So I'm adding 1 small jalapeno to this. Peppers are really good for flavor, adding flavor. It doesn't have to be really hot. Now, I love habaneros. You'd be surprised how habaneros. So I'm adding a small jalapeno to this. And I'm going to go ahead and do away with this, my cutting board. So I can bring this over. And I'm going to add 2 small eggs. This is a lot of meat. So I'm going to add 2 small eggs. Okay, and I've got right here about a cup of oatmeal. Now, sometimes I use crackers, saltines. It depends on, what you're in the mood for. Saltines are good too. It just helps hold the meat together, your meatloaf. So I'm going to add just a cup. So I'm going to need a spoon. So I thought I had one here, so I'm going to go across the room and get it. Gotta have a spoon. So I'm gonna add, cinnamon is, you think of desserts when you think of cinnamon, but cinnamon's good in all kinds of things. I love cinnamon. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's gonna really make it taste yummy. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. And I'm gonna add a half a tablespoon of salt. You don't have to add salt, but I think this needs some salt because I'm not using a whole lot of stuff that has salt in it. When I cook, a lot of times I look at the sodium in different things I'm using. And so when you're cooking, you should pay attention to that because sodium is so not good for you when you're cooking. It's not good for your diet, and I believe in being healthy. So as healthy as possible. Okay, I am going to add a half a tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay, and now I am going to, this is something that is kind of tricky. I love Hunt's. You know, Hunt's been around forever. When I think of, no, this is Heinz I'm using. Heinz has been around too. I love Hunt's or Heinz, but Heinz tomato ketchup is what I use to make my meatloaf with. There's so many ways you can make meatloaf, but to me, it's just so good, and that's what I use. So I think I'll measure it so we'll know a little bit. It might take more than I think. Because I put this on top too. I hope your day's going good. It's been raining some. I'm so thankful for the rain. It's so nice to get it. You know, I went by the Coastal Produce. That's a little fruit stand, produce stand that I go to get all my fresh vegetables and everything. So I have right now a half a cup of ketchup. I'm going to add that. I might add more. I use my hands. What's better than hands? God gave us our hands to, you know, to use. So just like making biscuits, you know, you mix it up with your hands. So right now I have 3 pounds of almost ground chuck in here. I have about a medium to large bell pepper in here, a jalapeno, and 2 medium onions. And also I have a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I have I think I put a teaspoon of garlic powder in there. And a teaspoon of black pepper and a half tablespoon. I think I put a half a tablespoon of garlic powder in there. And a half a tablespoon of salt. And 2 eggs. And then I've got a cup of oatmeal in here. You know, I don't practice anything. I do it live. So, you know, it is. I just, you know, I am me. But I am making this, and I know I'm going to need some more ketchup. So I'm going to wash your hands a little bit. It's so nice to be near your sink. I'm usually in a different angle by the stove. So I am going to probably add it's going to probably be about a cup in here. Because we're going to put this on top. You don't want too much ketchup in your meat. Because then you'll have too much. It'll taste too much. You won't be able to taste your ground beef. You don't want that. A lot of times I have used tomatoes, diced tomatoes in it. There's so many ways you can make meatloaf. But I like a real good southern meatloaf. And so I'm mixing all this up by hand. This is so easy and simple, you know? It's just simple. A lot of people say, I can't cook. I can't cook. Sometimes I think, well, you don't want to cook. You just don't want to. What's hard about it? Because, I mean, it don't take no rocket scientist to know how to cook. It's just if you enjoy it. So some people don't enjoy cooking. I like to cook, but I like to eat out. Who doesn't like to eat out? And you know, we eat out in My husband and I went downtown Charleston twice this week. And I went to one restaurant and they had this, I never had it before. It was chicken livers and it was on some grits, fried chicken livers. And I told my husband I was already analyzing it. And they gave me the recipe for certain things. But I'd already thought in my head, this needs this and this needs, you know. that's the way I am, even though it's good. And, okay. I've got this baking dish here. I'm gonna put some of this in there, and then I have a small one. Oh, by the way, I have a neighbor that's come home from the hospital today. She has had a she has been sick for many years with it's a cancer, blood cancer. So she came home today, and I asked her if she'd like, I asked my other neighbor that brought her home to see if she would like me to bring her dinner. So I am making her some too, and because that's what neighbors should do. You know, we should be out there for each other. And you know, God says, love your neighbor as yourself. So, I believe in that. I'm trying to put out religion on my cook show. It's just something I believe in. Okay, got that all in here. Now I'm going to put the rest in this dish. This is for us. My husband and I, and you know one thing about cooking, I cooked some good old fish last night, some flounder, and it was so good with some hush puppies, and I made this special dish up with okra, and fresh okra, and some black beans, and just put a little bit of this and that in it. It was so yummy. My husband, I thought I had all the ingredients, the big stuff out of it, and there was some liquid. He said, oh no, don't throw that away. I said, oh, okay. I said, you take care of it. So he goes and gets the dish out of the refrigerator and adds all the liquid to it. He said, that was good. He said, Charleston, one of the restaurants here in Somerville, he said, they need to make this. This is good. And it's more of a Cajun. It was more of a Cajun little side dish I made. Okay. I got this meatloaf all patted out. Got two. That's one thing. I've always been good about judging measurements and everything and coming up with dimensions and different things. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands again. When you're working with ground beef or ground chuck, it's greasy. So this is what I do. I take Hunt's or Heinz or whatever you got, ketchup, and I put it on top. I will bake this probably 45 minutes because I want my onions and my bell peppers and my jalapenos, all those flavors cooked together. And I'll watch it in case it, you know, you can always, if things are getting too brown too quickly, you can always cover it with aluminum foil. But those black eyed peas are going to be so good. I've already tasted them. I tell you one thing about it. If you know, a lot of people use ham hocks and different things. I've used that and all. But to me, smoked turkey is healthier to use for flavor. You can have just as much of the seasoning to it. Because I tell you, since I've gotten older, I'm more aware of things. When you're young, you don't think about those things as much, but cholesterol and all that's important. Exercise is important. I have gotten my exercises today. But you know, God wants us to take care of our body. It says that. Take care of his temple. That's including eating right and exercising and being healthy. He gives us good common sense to do that. Okay, I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit. This is gonna be so yummy, but y'all, I'm through. All I gotta do is bake now. I'm through. I'm gonna show you how this looks. If you can't get a good view of it. Sometimes I try to set the tripod just perfect, but I don't get it just right. But here's my big dish. It's ready to go in the oven. I'll probably cook it about an hour, the meatloaf. And then the one I'm taking to my neighbor that's coming home from the hospital. So I want to thank you now and for joining me again. And until next time, y'all have a good evening. Bye.